Hi, and welcome. Thank you for joining. In the previous episode on growing strawberries, I removed many strawberry runners from the parent plants shown here. I transplanted them into pots. Since then, some of the transplants are flowering now in March 2021. I have remaining plants from runners from other areas of the garden, and they need removal. In this video, I will show you how I transplant the strawberry plants in pots. I will also be providing tips on caring for your strawberry plants. Additionally, I discuss how to select the best variety for your state. So first, let's get started with transplanting. Shown here is the crown of the strawberry. The crown is the central growing bud from which the leaves, flowers, and fruit arise. First, checks for signs of rotting and select only healthy ones. Remove any old leaves from the crowns. The crowns should be intact and the roots should be vigorous. Set the plant with its crown just at the surface of the ground. Spread the roots out fan-shaped and hang down full length without crowding in the soil. When planting directly in ground or in raised beds, space them at 1 to 2 feet intervals. Remember, if the crown is buried too deep, it will rot, and planted too high, it will dry out. So here, with the scissors just clipped any unwanted pieces, stems, or dead leaves. Be sure to prune them. And as I mentioned, spread the roots out in a fan-like fashion. And then as you plant them, remember to ensure that the crown is above the soil. Once that is done, press firmly. Now I normally plant, you could do one in a pot, but I normally do 2 per pot. So here this one needs a little bit more soil because once you irrigate, the level will fall. So just add a little soil and make sure I press firmly again. And here goes. So here you could see that the crown is above the surface. Here is another one. This one has a better view that I planted. And again, it's very important to have the crown not buried beneath the surface of the soil. Then you want to water. And once I'm through with the irrigating, I placed the newly transplanted strawberry plants here in the shade so that they can recover from any possible shocks. The good thing is the temperature is not as high as the summer months as yet, so this is an ideal time to do the transplants. When growing in containers, fertilize regularly every few weeks during the first half of the growing season with a balanced supply of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Here are some options. Now, this is the liquid fish fertilizer, but here we see it has a ratio of 5 parts of nitrogen to 1 part of phosphorus to 1 part of potassium. So this is not balanced. So if you're using the fish fertilizer, then you would need something high in potassium. You could make a banana peel tea or blend it up and apply it to the roots. And then you'll need something high in phosphorus like the rock phosphate. Now here also I have This is a Agri Thrive. Now this one is more balanced. So this is a 3-3-5. So it has 3 parts of nitrogen, 3 parts of phosphorus, 5 parts of potassium. So this is good for application during the fruiting and flowering. And there is also the general purpose one, which is a 3-3-2, 3 parts of nitrogen, 3 parts of phosphorus, and 2 parts of potassium. But whatever you do, just ensure that you have you get it to be as balanced as possible. Mulch with straw to retain moisture and control weeds. Mulching also prevents the food from being in contact with the ground. Placing mulch in the pots is also useful in preventing the strawberry from resting on the bare soil. During the cold season, mulching helps to protect the root against freezing. The early flowers could get frost damage early in the season, so you could cover your strawberry plants if the temperature dips below freezing with a light material in the spring. Despite many days of temperatures below freezing though, the plants themselves never went dormant, but the low temperature will affect the flowers. Here is a suggested source you could use to identify the suitable types of strawberry plants for your area. So it is strawberryplants.org, and here they have the states listed, so you could click on the state and it will show you the varieties. Now what I like with this site is it actually shows the sources from which the determination was made, so that's pretty good. Stay tuned for more videos on growing strawberries. There will be a video on disease and pest control, and also I have a video plan on building barriers to protect your strawberries against the birds. Last season, half of my strawberries went to the birds, so this time around I'll be ensuring early that I put some barriers in place. So thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to the Petersville Farm channel if you haven't done so. Thank you, and have fun gardening.